This is Jasmine 105.7.
Jasmine 105.7.
I bring you good news. I've been saying she's gonna come. Now I feel like I was lying to you, but she's finally here. So, backstory. The cool people at Zikoko are steadily doing something interesting. From hosting the hottest party for the girlies to curating events to help our financing. It's always something super cool. Well, now they're doing something brilliant. They brought to life some of the stories we've read on their website, and they have a 3-part anthology series called Zikoko Live. And every Saturday past drop, but now it has ended, but still go watch it. 3 weeks ago, they dropped the first one, What's Left of Us, about a northern couple navigating a complicated marriage. Then they dropped something sweet. And then last weekend, on Saturday, the third film dropped. It's called My Body, God's Temple. And I have the pleasure of sitting in the studio right now for a conversation with the director, writer, and lead actor, Uzoamaka Power. I need to tell you that you are one hard woman to track.
Oh my goodness.
Well, it's good to have you. How are you?
I'm well and I'm happy to be here.
Okay, I'm happy to have you. So when I posted the flyer for this conversation, people who have not messaged me in a while texted me to say, oh my God, you're doing something cool. So I just want to say thank you for making people know that I'm really cool.
Oh, you are cool and everyone should see what you look like right now. You are so fly.
Thank you so much. So let's talk about your week. How was your week? What's the highlight of your week so far?
The highlight of my week so far has been getting messages off of people watching My Body, God's Temple.
Ooh,
yes.
What kind of messages have you been getting?
It's just people relating to the characters,
Yeah.
people saying that, it resonates with them. People saying thank you for telling this story that, that's so hush-hush in our society. And so, just all the praise. It's been a lot. It's been a little overwhelming, but I'm happy that people are happy to watch.
Okay, we're going to talk about that and how you feel about being in the film. But I just need to ask you something, chit chat for a bit. So you've been on the grind for a while. The first time that I saw you on screen was on MTV Sugar. You played Cynthia.
Yes.
You've done a lot of cool things. Do you remember that?
Wow.
That was in 2016. In one word, how would you describe your journey so far from 2016 till 2025? One word.
It's 2017.
2017. Oh,
yes.
Okay.
But my journey so far, it's been thrilling.
Yeah.
But it ebbs and it flows. It's been wonderful, to be honest. And it's been surprising. And I'm just happy to live a life where some things can happen and something you didn't expect can happen and change your world, and you can live in several characters at the same time. You can explore all kinds of experiences from the lens of an actor. It's been incredible, really. And going from acting to writing and exploring and directing, exploring all kinds of things within the industry, all forms of storytelling. It's been rewarding.
Yeah. So
really.
When you say the journey has been surprising, what surprises have you met?
Just being in the industry as a person, because nobody held my hand. Nobody told me how to navigate the industry. I just literally walked in and started auditioning, and it's been surprising to see where I am right now. I'm just so thankful for every step that I've taken. But it's surprising because to walk into a space where you know no one, where you have no one to guide you, and you find your way, and you meet people who help you, and you meet people who show you who you are. And then to be here where it's like there's a difference between when you started and where you are right now is surprising to me. That's the only way to say it. I mean, I'm not surprised that I'm doing what I'm doing because I always knew that I could. But it's surprising to see the journey that I've been through and to see the difference between then and now.
Fantastic. I'm in conversation with the Uzoamaka Power. And I want to ask you, Uzoamaka, I feel like this year is your year. More than ever before, I've seen you on projects. I kind of feel like you're out more now. Do you feel that way? Do you feel like 2025 is just the year that you're popping more?
Yes, I think so. 2025 has been amazing to me because I love this quote by Zora Neale Hurston that says, there are years that ask questions and there are years that answer. Yeah. And I feel like the years have been asking and 2025 is answering. And this is the year where I get to explore and I get to be bold and I get to tell stories in all of its forms, and I get to explore and be myself. And so that translates to people on the outside as being out there. Yeah. And I'm having fun with it.
I love it for you. I do think that you're quite successful. And sometimes we can measure success by the access we have to people and the access that we have to, or the financial freedom that we have. But I also think that a sign of success is that we can look back on our journey and point out lessons that we have learned. Do you think this is true?
Yes. I think that success is personal. Yeah. I think that everyone can get to define what success means for them, so that we don't have this general outlook. And when we have a general outlook on success, then your success can make me feel a type of way. Yeah. So my success, my definition of success is growth. As long as I'm not who I was last year, this year, as long as I can look back and say I've grown from who I was in 2017 as an actor, as a human being, financially, even in all of the ways, really. It's not just with how better I am at my craft. Yeah. It's also how better I am financially, how better off I am now. How much I'm able to afford my life now, because back in 2017 I was much younger than I am now, so my finances were not in order, and now I'm more responsible with it, and I find that that's success for me. So I define what it is, and growth is a huge part of success for me.
Brilliant. So I'm also going to ask, there's this thing that people say about being in the industry and how tough it is. Have you had that moment where you just felt like, you know what, this industry might not be for me. I think I should do something else. It's since 2017 till now. Have you had that moment?
I don't know that there's any actor who hasn't had that moment, unless you were part of the 0.1% in Hollywood. Yeah. But, yes, every actual actor has had those moments in their lives, and I've had them. I've been, I've cried. I've called my friends and I've said, maybe this is not for me. Yeah. I genuinely want to act, but maybe, acting doesn't want me, because why am I struggling so bad? But it's also, like I said earlier, it ebbs and it flows. There are great moments and there are horrible moments, and it's important in the horrible moments to remember that there was a time where you were so happy and so thankful and so in love with this craft, so that you remember that you will have those beautiful days again. Okay, so you are fantastic at acting. You're a fantastic and a brilliant director and a writer, but I think there's a part of you that we don't talk about all the time. Like, we just see it, but like nobody's saying something. It's your style. AMVCA this year, when you pulled that August meeting look, I was like, nah, she is up to something. So how did you think about that? What were you think? Because I'm also Igbo, and my mom used to wear that in August, or there's a meeting she goes to called Ugosimba. She used to wear that to Ugosimba, and I was like, this reminds me so much of my mom and my aunt and my sister. How did you come up with that? I had seen August meeting. I had seen August meeting recently. Prior to the AMVCAs, I had watched the film. Yeah. And I thought, I loved it. And I remembered, it made me feel nostalgic. I remembered in primary school when my teacher, we had this dance thing that we had to do.
Oh my God,
and they asked us to go home and ask our mothers to give us the Kili Kili star wrapper. And I remember going home and telling my mother, and she said, no, never. And
it's expensive. Yes,
it was a big deal. And I kept convincing her and I kept explaining. Yeah. And at the end of the day, she gave it to me and she said, if anything happens to this rapper, when you don't come back home. And so she gave it to me and I danced. It was fantastic. And so when I watched August meeting before the AMVCAs, I thought, this is awesome. I should actually just look like this to the cultural night.
It was bold. It wasn't what. So everybody goes to the AMVC wanting to look extravagant and like with the high slits and the oh my god, not the corsets, Jesus. And then you pulled up with like a wrapper and a blouse.
Because I remember how I looked at my mother when she dressed up.
Yeah.
I thought she was powerful. I just always looked at her like, oh my goodness, this is beautiful. And I still feel the same way. And I wanted to feel that way on the night.
Yeah. Generally, what informs your style? Because I want to take notes and be a stylist.
What informs my style? I think, first of all, comfort.
Yeah.
I love comfort. I don't want to be, uncomfortable just because I want to look good.
Yeah.
And I'm not interested in trends. I'm interested, I like weird things. I like stuff that don't exactly follow the norm,
Mm-hmm.
I like asymmetric cool stuff, stuff that you look at and you're like, what is going on there?
Yeah.
Stuff that makes you stop and think, right? And I love thrifting.
Yeah.
I love thrifting.
Oh, yes.
I love thrifting, my goodness, because it shows you who you are. When you thrift, you find out what kind of stuff you like, because there's a bunch of stuff that don't go together, and now you have to dig in and find the thing that speaks to you. So thrifting forces you to listen to yourself, and listen to what you like. And my sense of fashion, my sense of style comes from just listening to myself and knowing what I feel like every day, what I want, what I like, what I love, what I enjoy.
And that's Vogue on the Grind for today. So I have this thing I do on the show. It's called Vogue on the Grind, where I give fashion advice. That's it for today. That's the one that we get for today.
Wow.
More questions to ask and more questions to answer on The Grind with Uzoamaka Power. So now let's talk about the film that you have worked on. It was really good. It was quite relatable. Like you said, a lot of people could relate to it. But this film talks about something that we don't hear so much in society. There are not so many conversations about sexual purity, physical intimacy, and struggles that couple have to do it. So when you wrote this film, what was in your head? What were you thinking about? How did you come up with such a story?
Well, thank you so much. First of all, we had source material, and in the source material that I had to work with, it was a lady who was in a relationship, who was a virgin, wanted to get married and, wanted to have sex.
Yeah.
And eventually that worked out for her. And then I had to find the story in that. And in finding that story, my question to me was, what if it didn't work out for her the way that she had planned? Then how do we explore the silence around sex and love and sex in relationships and in marriages, sexual purity as regards religion. So I wanted to explore that angle, and I've spoken to friends who had been through that sort of situation, who were currently in those sorts of situations, and so I wanted to tell a story that explored that with honesty and with empathy. Yeah.
So I love that we're having this conversation now, because I was listening to a podcast a couple of days ago, and one of the dilemmas they were trying to solve is that a girl wanted to wait until marriage, and she sort of felt bad for her partner who was also getting impatient, and she didn't know what to do, so she wrote to the podcast to ask questions. So if you were in that podcast and you were presented with this dilemma, what would you say?
I would say it's your body, and you own it 100%, and you decide what happens with your body and how your body is interacted with. And so if somebody that you're with is not patient with you and is not waiting when you say, I want to wait, if they're pressuring you and trying to talk you into doing something that you're not ready to do, then they don't want to be with you, and you shouldn't be with them. It's hard, but maybe we need to come to that conclusion that they're not for you, because people who like you, people who love you and see you will wait, and they will respect your boundaries. And when you say, I'm not ready, they will absolutely understand that you're not ready. And even if they don't understand, they will try to unlearn and question themselves and find out why they're not understanding that somebody else is saying, I don't want my body to be touched. So listen to yourself, and if somebody else is not listening to you, maybe they shouldn't be in your space.
Right. So it's been 1 week now since the film dropped. The kind of reactions that you've been getting, is that something that you hoped you would get when this film dropped?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
I hoped that people would relate to it. I hoped that people would watch it and see themselves or see other people in it. And I hoped that people would watch it and find not necessarily find answers, but begin to ask the hard questions, and also see a couple explore this thing in real time, get uncomfortable even, but see it. And then begin to have those conversations. Because I see in comment sections online where people are discussing sex and saying, oh my goodness, in religion, we don't talk about, we say we shouldn't, and we don't say why.
Yeah.
And people, even the women who are keeping themselves, don't know why they're keeping themselves, because you have to know why. You have to decide for yourself. But if an entity is deciding for you, then maybe it's not your decision. And when you then get to the point where you should have it, then you view it as a sin, and you feel guilt, you feel all kinds of things just because this is, it's been preached to you for so long that now, you don't even know how to interact with it where you should in marriage, where, it's legal, where it's not a sin. You don't automatically, it doesn't automatically wear off just because now I'm in a marriage. Oh, now I can have sex morning, afternoon. No, there's still the shame there. It's lingering. There's still the guilt. So how do we get to the point where women don't feel that? And how do we approach sex in a way that feels pleasant, that feels like we're honoring our bodies, that feels like love? And so that when we get there, we're happy to actually do it with the people that we love.
I've thoroughly enjoyed this conversation, but while you were speaking, I remembered my favorite scene from the film when Omasilo, the character you played, went back to church to tell God thank you. I was like, I would do that. I will do that.
Thank you.
I would actually do it.
I love finding people like me. Because the number of girls who have said, oh, this is so me, and it makes me so happy.
Like, maybe we don't even go to the altar. Like, in our head, we're just like, that was good.
Yes.
Thank you, God, for making such a thing.
Yes. Yes, because I thank God for the weirdest things.
Yeah.
Like I'm able, like I see somebody that made my day.
Yeah.
And I'm happy and excited. I'm like, oh God, thank you, God, for this person that I've just met. Because I'm going to thank God for you as well. Because I really like your outfit. I love your makeup. I love your vibe.
Thank you.
I didn't come here thinking I was going to talk a lot, but look at me talking.
I'm glad. Unfortunately, we're out of time because it's 1:55. I got to be out of here by 2 p.m. But thank you so much for dropping by. I'm so happy that we finally made this happen. And I hope that subsequently would have conversations about other projects that you will work on. And do you have anything coming up soon?
Do I have anything coming up soon? Not now. Not that I can talk about.
Yeah.
But when I can, I will be happy to be here. And as long as it's you, I will show up.
Oh, thank you so much. That's it. Unfortunately, we have to end this conversation, but you can listen online again and again and again. It's going to be out soon.